You've been lied to. That glossy Caribbean getaway you saw on Instagram? Overpriced, overcrowded, oversaturated, but Grenada. Grenada is the spicy, slow-burning secret no one's screaming about, yet. This island isn't just beaches, it's underwater sculpture parks, rum punch strong enough to start a revolution, and waterfalls where you can cliff dive into a jungle soundtrack. And the kicker? Locals actually want you to find the good stuff, if you know where to look. So buckle up, because this isn't a brochure, this is your backdoor into the real Grenada. Bold, beautiful, and just a little bit boozy. Let's dive in. Let's start where everyone else ends, the beach. Sure, Grand Anse gets all the glory. 2 miles of pristine sand, gentle waves, and resorts that actually blend into the landscape instead of stomping on it. But here's the twist. Go early. Like sunrise while the cruise ships are still snoozing early. The sand's cooler, the vendors aren't hustling yet, and the light makes everything look filtered in real life. Then, skip the crowd. Head south to Morne Rouge Beach. Locals call it BBC Beach, but it's not what you're thinking. It's calm, crescent-shaped, and feels like Grand Anse's introverted cousin. Less noise, same turquoise punch. Underwater art? Yes, really. Now this next part sounds fake, but it's real. Just off the coast, there's a submerged gallery of human statues chilling on the seafloor. The Molinier Underwater Sculpture Park is eerie, poetic, and 100% swimmable. Snorkel, free dive, or just pretend you're in a James Bond reboot. Either way, it's Grenada flexing its weird in the best way possible. Waterfalls, plural, with jumps. Want the island to slap you awake with adventure? Head inland. The Seven Sisters Falls hike is muddy, wild, and worth every sweat-soaked step. Hire a guide. It's not just for safety, they'll show you the jumps. That's right, jump-worthy waterfalls. You can leap off rocks into jungle pools like you're auditioning for a travel documentary. And if you're not into hikes that feel like boot camp, try Annandale Falls, a drive-in waterfall. Yes, that's a thing. With cold drinks at the top and cliff divers doing flips like it's no big deal. Quick detour. If quiet Caribbean escapes are your thing, check out our video on Guadeloupe, a quiet Caribbean experience. No crowds, no cruise ships, just pure island serenity. But back to Grenada. Real food, no filter. Grenada is called the Spice Island for a reason. Nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, turmeric, it's all grown here. But don't just smell it at a plantation tour, although those are great. Taste it. Hit up Patrick's local homestyle restaurant in St. George's for a sampler plate that could qualify as a flavor explosion. Everything comes with stories, like the stew that uses 5 different spices, or the callaloo that's been cooked the same way for generations. Want something beachfront? Umbrellas. Beach Bar on Grand Anse is classic, but if you want fried fish with a side of local gossip, find the barbecue stands along the Woburn coast. Bonus, they'll probably hand you a rum punch while you wait. Speaking of rum, Grenadian rum doesn't mess around. This isn't your watered-down resort cocktail hour. Visit the River Antoine Rum Distillery, the oldest functioning water-powered distillery in the Caribbean. No fancy bottling, no PR team, just centuries-old machinery, thick molasses air, and a strong version of their rum that's literally banned from being taken on planes. And yes, you'll get to try it. Just maybe not before your waterfall jumps. The capital is chaos in the best way. St. George's is all color, cobblestone, and Caribbean chaos. It's not a polished capital, it's real. Fish markets buzzing at 7 a.m., locals arguing about cricket, music bumping from vans that may or may not be actual buses. Wander the St. George's Market for spices you won't find in the airport shops. Visit Fort George for the view and the weird combo of colonial history and modern graffiti. And duck into the House of Chocolate, part cafe, part museum, part sugar coma. The island gets wilder the further you go. Grenada isn't just one island, it's a tri-island state. So if you're not hopping to Carriacou and Petite Martinique, you're missing out on where the real magic hides. Carriacou feels like the Caribbean from 40 years ago. No high-rises, no rush, just reggae, rum, and reefs. Hop a ferry or take a tiny plane. There are beaches where you might be the only person for miles. And Petite Martinique? Fewer than 1,000 people live there. It's more a vibe than a destination, but it might just be the calmest, most unplugged place in the region. Perfect if you want to delete all your apps and actually mean it. Stay here if you like style without the scene. Grenada doesn't do mega resorts, thankfully, but it does boutique with brains. Try Mount Cinnamon, bright villas on a hillside, steps from the beach, with local flair baked into every detail. Or True Blue Bay Resort, where eco-chic meets yoga decks and chocolate-making classes. And for the truly off-grid luxe crowd, La Luna. Tucked away in a private cove with an on-site Balinese spa and cocktails that could convert a teetotaler. When to go and when to avoid the umbrella army. January through April, peak season. Sunshine, calm seas, and cruise ships. Great weather, but expect more company on the beaches. May and June, perfect. Shoulder season. Prices drop, but the weather stays golden. Avoid late summer unless you love humidity and the occasional tropical tantrum. And if you come during Carnival in August, bring energy, glitter, and absolutely zero plans to sleep. It's a cultural fever dream in the best way possible. Grenada doesn't care about clout. It's not chasing clicks. It's not trying to be the next big thing. It just is. Unfiltered, uncrowded, and unforgettable. So whether you're diving into underwater art, getting lost in the spice markets, or sipping moonshine with a fisherman on a beach with no name, Grenada's not going to shout for your attention. But once you've been, you'll never stop listening.